Hey you guys, how you doing? It's Henry here. Today I am doing a very special video. I am so looking forward to doing this. It's a showdown between the Vitamix Professional Series 750 against the Blendtec Total Blender Designer Series. I have wanted to see these two machines go head to head for a really long time. And these machines are the top of the line models for each company in their consumer line. And in my opinion, the best consumer power blenders on the market. Now, most of you that have watched my videos know that I own the Vitamix Professional Series 750, okay? And I have no intention of getting rid of it. I love this machine, you guys. But I thought it would be fun to get the Blendtec and test it out against the Vitamix. Both machines have strengths and weaknesses, and nothing is beyond criticism, okay? Now, you might have friends that have a Blendtec, and they're going to say, get the Blendtec! Okay, and you might have some friends that have a Vitamix, and of course they're going to say, get the Vitamix! Okay, so, and it can be confusing on which one to get. So why am I doing this? Because you guys have really been supporting me, and I'd like to give back by helping you make the best decision so you'll get the best blender for you, okay? I have a retail store close to me with a no questions asked policy, so I picked up the Blendtec to keep for about a week to do some extensive testing against the Vitamix, and hopefully this will help you make a more informed decision, okay? So if you guys are ready, so am I. Let's get started. One of the most talked about features between both the Vitamix and the Blendtec are the containers. And obviously you can't do any blending without them. So I'm going to go ahead and explain some features between both of them. And you might hear some buzzwords out there such as BPA free or NSF certified. Well, both these containers are in fact BPA free. And that means that they're free from the harmful chemicals that may reside in some plastics. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Blendtec container. It's a square container. It is very wide at the top, very wide at the bottom. It has a fifth side over here called the wild side that makes it for more efficient blending. It has very easy to read markings on here in black for your measurements and a nice, easy to hold handle. Inside, it has a propeller style blade that's relatively dull, so it's easy for you to reach down here and get the ingredients out. Blendtec does still recommend that you use a rubber spatula and to avoid the blades at all costs, okay? The Vitamix container. This one's also very wide at the top, very wide at the bottom, and it's more low profile like the Blendtec container, so it's easy to fit under most cabinets. Inside here, it has 4 blades that spin around, of course, and they're a little bit sharper, you guys, so just try to be cautious when you get ingredients out, although because it has a wider base, it's easier to get them out. It has a pour spout here, a very easy to grip handle, okay? So, I have a problem with both of them, okay? All right, on the Blendtec, it seems to be the same size container as the Vitamix, but it was just 64 ounces. But the problem is here, Blendtec says fill it up no more than 36 ounces, which is just under 4 cups. I decided to go ahead and fill it up to about here just to see what would happen. I ramped it up midway, the top blew off, and the water went everywhere. So you guys did not want to see that, okay? On the Vitamix here, the markings go up to 64 ounces. I filled it up to about right there, turned it up on high, nothing happened. It blended perfectly. So no problem with the container popping off, container cover popping off. So I will give Vitamix that thumbs up. On the container markings on the Blendtec over here, they're marked in black. On the Vitamix container, they're translucent. This is hard to read. I wasn't happy about that type of feature on here. I'm not sure the point behind why Vitamix did not make them in black, but so I'm going to give the thumbs up to Blendtec on that, okay? In terms of who blended better, I put the same concoction between both of them, which is a green smoothie, the same amount of ingredients. This one blended for 40 seconds. This one blends for 45 seconds on the smoothie setting. This one had some problems blending the dates. I have these dates here, and I put only one date in here, and it still has chewy bits at the bottom when it was finished. This one blended it perfectly. I had no problem whatsoever. So I will give, in terms of who I think blends a little bit better, I will give that to the Vitamix. The control panels for each model have similar functionality, but they don't operate the same way. So for example, on the Vitamix, the user actually has more hands-on control. So there's a large variable speed dial here. You can go from 1 to 10. And you have a lot of precise controls since you're turning the knob. But if you want more automated operation, turn the knob to the left. You have your preset settings for smoothies, frozen desserts, soups, purees, and the cleaning setting. And then you have toggle switches here for the start and stop, and another toggle switch for the pulse. So you have more hands-on operation here. On the Blendtec, it uses a capacitive touchscreen. So if you have a tablet computer or your cell phone has a touchscreen, you're really going to like this, okay? So here, you just tap the button here, it's an illuminated button, and then a whole control panel comes up. And then the 160 right over here, that is for your blend cycle, so it lets you know how many times you've actually made a full blend on the machine. It has a very bright, really easy to read display. I'm going to also show you this. This is the variable speed control. Okay. Now, in my testing, you guys, I found it to be really responsive. But I will say that, to me, in my opinion, it does not equal the full manual control of turning the knob on the Vitamix. But again, this machine is best suited for the type of person who really wants more automated operation, who just wants to touch a button, who likes the theatrics of the touchscreen design. So it does the job for what it's supposed to do. And then over here, you have presets for your batters, for your ice crush or margaritas, okay? Here you have smoothies, ice cream, frozen desserts. Here you have the whole juice and the soup setting. And then you have a pulse button here. Show you that. Okay. Now, I will say one feature I actually liked on the Blendtec I really wish the Vitamix had. When you start the blend, especially when you're using the presets, that are actually on the Vitamix, it would be nice to know when the machine's actually going to stop. Okay, so here you just push a button on here for the smoothie. It starts at 40 seconds and counts down. Kind of nice. It's just the small things are always kind of nice to have. And I also found that the control panel was relatively easy to clean. There's no open ports or anything here other than the drive socket here. So if you spilled something, it'd be really easy to clean. Now, I will tell you, there was one major thing I didn't particularly like about the base itself. So I didn't find a kill switch. I looked up and down, left, right, sideways, underneath the machine. There was no kill switch. So if the control panel starts becoming irresponsive, you should be able to hit a major kill switch, okay? On the Vitamix here, the same thing can happen. You have automated controls, and you turn it on, and the machine might get stuck and never turn off. But over here, you have a master kill switch. Like that. That's a great feature. And I didn't understand why Blendtec did that. And I'll also explain to you the benefit of that. You might have kids that come over to the counter and, little small kids, they might accidentally touch something like this and just start doing this. And, the machine can become irresponsive just from that. Too much push buttons and, the kids don't mean to do that. But then, when a master kill switch is turned off, that can be prevented. So I thought that was something that I didn't think that Blendtec should have left out. Okay. Other than that, that's the comparison between the two models. All right, and that's it for the control panels. Okay, you guys, I had so much fun doing this showdown today between these two awesome blenders. And it was also a learning experience for me as well because I had the opportunity to read the owner's manual, thumb through the recipe book, and get more of a hands-on experience with the Blendtec. And this wasn't for me to personally confirm my decision on the Vitamix. I'm already sold on it, but rather to compare the best features that each model has to offer. And it's always good, you guys, to inform these companies of features that you might like to see in future products. For example, I read a lot on the web that long-time Vitamix owners that were looking to upgrade were hoping for a wider, more low-profile 64-ounce container to fit underneath the cabinets and to blend larger concoctions more efficiently like the Blendtec can do, okay? And this newer generation shows that Vitamix was listening to their customers. Now, same thing with the Blendtec. You know, Vitamix customers love the variable speed control knob, and Blendtec's new designer series has that newer slide control to simulate that experience. So it looks to be that both these companies are acknowledging the strength of their competition. So what's my unbiased take on the showdown? Well, both these blenders are simply amazing, you guys. You really cannot go wrong. So I'm basing my showdown on the out-of-the-box experience without any additional accessories that add to the cost of machines. Now, even though they appear to be similar, they are quite opposites of each other. Now, what I found about the Blendtec is that it's simple and no nonsense, very little learning curve. The control panel was easy to read, very bright, very clear. Now, what I didn't like about it is that it wasn't very stable on the countertop when blending frozen ingredients, especially ice, requiring me to hold down the top of the container to keep it from jumping around. It weighs only 8 pounds against the Vitamix weighing 12.5 pounds, which always remained rock stable on the counter regardless of what was blending. Now, there was also no master kill switch on the Blendtec and no cord wrap underneath the base. I like those two features. Both those features are on the Vitamix. The blending that I did in the video was done multiple times over a course of several days, returning exactly the same results every time. I had issues with the Blendtec blending smoothly and breaking down dry fruits and figs. Chewy bits were always left over, and if I blended longer, it would overblend the drink. So the Vitamix returned perfect results every time. Now on the Vitamix, I wasn't too happy about the translucent markings over here on the container. I found it difficult to view, especially after adding more ingredients to the container. So they both have pluses and minuses. Now in conclusion, if I never owned either of these machines and just tried them out together, I would have to make the Vitamix the overall winner for the overall out-of-the-box experience. More efficient blending, very stable on the counter, more versatile operation, and a much better recipe book. Now, in terms of customer service, both these machines have a full 7-year warranty. However, should you need a repair, I found that Vitamix pays for your shipping both ways. Blendtec will not pay for you to ship it back to them, which adds to the cost of the ownership. So, not something I love, but it just depends. I think they're both such a great machine, you may not have any problems with them anyway. So, okay, you guys, there you go. Thank you so much. Feel free to leave me comments. Please press the like button if you like this video, and please subscribe to more videos, okay? Remember, these are all my opinions, and I'd like to hear some of your opinions as well. You are the ones that give me the reason to do this. Take care. Hey you guys, how you doing? It's Henry here. Today I am doing a very special video. I am so looking forward to doing this. It's a showdown between the Vitamix Professional Series 750 against the Blendtec Total Blender Designer Series. I have wanted to see these two machines go head to head for a really long time. And these machines are the top of the line models for each company in their consumer line. And in my opinion, the best consumer power blenders on the market. Now, most of you that have watched my videos know that I own the Vitamix Professional Series 750, okay? And I have no intention of getting rid of it. I love this machine, you guys. But I thought it would be fun to get the Blendtec and test it out against the Vitamix. Both machines have strengths and weaknesses, and nothing is beyond criticism, okay? Now, you might have friends that have a Blendtec, and they're going to say, get the Blendtec! Okay, and you might have some friends that have a Vitamix, and of course they're going to say, get the Vitamix! Okay, so... and it can be confusing on which one to get. So why am I doing this? Because you guys have really been supporting me, and I'd like to give back by helping you make the best decision so you'll get the best blender for you, okay? I have a retail store close to me with a no questions asked policy, so I picked up the Blendtec to keep for about a week to do some extensive testing against the Vitamix, and hopefully this will help you make a more informed decision, okay? So if you guys are ready, so am I. Let's get started. most talked about features between both the Vitamix and the Blendtec are the containers. And obviously you can't do any blending without them. So I'm going to go ahead and explain some features between both of them. And you might hear some buzzwords out there such as BPA free or NSF certified. Well, both these containers are in fact BPA free. And that means that they're free from the harmful chemicals that may reside in some